Hi, this is Jason with Filer Comics and Collectibles coming at you with another tour review. This time we're taking a look at the Nerf N-Strike Elite Hailfire. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a closer look at the blaster. Alright, so first impressions of this guy, this thing's awesome. This is such a unique Nerf gun, and it's so cool. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I kind of messed around with it for the first time. I will say it does have a couple major flaws to it, but I mean, they're minuscule when compared to the performance of this guy. So it's a elite gun, so it shoots, the elite distances, and it's also, it's a semi-automatic. It's got the rev trigger. And basically what you do with this function of this gun is you rev the trigger up and you pull the trigger, and then you have your different magazines on the bottom, and then you have this lever right here that you would pull forward, and it cycles through to the next one. And it could hold up to 8 magazines. So I mean, in theory this thing works amazing. I mean, obviously it comes with 4 of the 6-round magazines, but I mean, you could put 8 total in there. So I mean, you're looking at a ton of darts, and you can also put in the 18-round ones, and that's where this thing gets ridiculous. I mean, it is absolutely an incredible amount of firepower on this guy. So it's got 2 sling points, one on each side right here, and then it's got one on the back right here, and then it's got a rail on the bottom if you wanted to, so choose to do that. So, and then it's got the de-jamming door right here up on the top. And I haven't had any problems with this guy yet. So essentially what you're going to do is, obviously, you want to make sure that you have a magazine squared away, ready to go. And then you're going to rev it up, we're going to rev it up. And you can really hear this guy is loud, and this is the way it came. And this motor is extremely strong. So then we just pull the trigger, and I'm going to pull it as fast as I can. We've used all 6 darts. You would change to the next clip. Get to the next guy. And you can kind of see where this thing's going. This thing can pump out an incredible amount of darts in no time. I mean, you're looking at, you pump out 18, and this guy shoots probably faster than any of the other rev trigger guns I've seen. I mean, the Strife, and what is the other one that I have? The Raven. This guy just blows them away. I mean, the trigger's 10 times smoother, which allows you to just, you're almost going like an automatic speed. How fast the darts come out. I mean, this shoots much faster than the Rapid Strike, or you can make it shoot much faster than the Rapid Strike. And as you heard with how loud this motor is, this guy shoots extremely far and extremely accurate. This is probably my farthest shooting Nerf gun, and it's also the most accurate. I mean, these darts just pump out of there and just launch across the house and across the yard, and none of my other Nerf guns even come close to this. Alright, so pros for this guy. I mean, obviously, it's a very unique gun, and it's a pro and it's also a con, which I'll explain in a little bit. But I mean, pros of this gun, it's a rev trigger. It only uses 4 AA batteries, so that's not too bad. It's pretty easy to change. You just take the screws out of this back section here. So I mean, it's nice that you saw how much power is in this guy, and it's only, AA batteries, and that they're, easy to come by. They're not heavy. If you take this to a Nerf war, you can have an extra pair of batteries and just a screwdriver. I mean, the amount of darts this, can hold is amazing. I mean, you're looking at, you could put 8 18-round magazines in here and just hold a whole bunch. And you can actually put 6 18-round, and you can actually fit in a 35-round drum. So I mean, you can put a drum in here. It's just kind of causes some issue with the function of the gun. The rate of fire is probably the best pro. I mean, this thing's ridiculously fast. The trigger's extremely smooth, and I mean, it's just such a unique gun. And then that comes in with the cons. So the cons, it's an awkward gun to have, especially when you have the larger magazines in, which I'll show in a second. And that's where it's, I mean, if you were to fully load this guy, if this was going to be your only blaster, that would be great. But I mean, it's not really convenient to carry this around in something else, specifically if you have this guy fully loaded. And I'm going to show you that right now. So right now I've got 8 of these 6-round magazines in. 4 of them don't have the darts in, but the darts are not going to weigh a lot, so it's not going to really, you know, show anything different. And essentially I'm just going to rotate the magazines and just watch how it's not as smooth. You can kind of see it jolts back and forth. It didn't go that time. You got to be really specific with your pull. You got to go all the way forward, make sure it goes forward and then back. If you go too fast, it doesn't go. And you can kind of see how it's wobbling. It seems like this amount of clips and this weight kind of puts some extra pressure on this gun, and I'm holding this perfectly level. If I were to do something like this, you know, you possibly could damage the gun. And now I'm going to switch to the 18-round clips. All right, and now we have this guy in absolute beast mode. We have 8 18-round clips in here, or magazines, depending on how you want to call it. So let's show you how it changes. So you can kind of see how it didn't go that time, went that time. And there's no darts in here. Obviously the darts are not going to weigh that much, so you're not going to notice anything. But you can kind of see how this doesn't seem like the gun wants to do this very often. It's one thing if you're running around, I feel that you're going to wear the mechanism or actually break the mechanism. So, I mean, for me, I think the 8 6-round is probably what I'm going to run in this. First off, and this is also just not practical. I mean, it's so ridiculously heavy. Like I said, if you're going to be sitting around, you know, doing some camping, this is the gun to have. I mean, you have so much ammo, it's ridiculous. But as far as practicality and possibly wear and tear in the gun, this is probably its biggest downfall, because I mean, it was designed for this, but when you use it, it doesn't look like it should be a really good idea. All right, so final impressions of the Hellfire. This thing is awesome. I mean, the big issue I have with it, with you know, overloading in the clips, is just, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, it's really what you want to put your gun through. The performance of this gun is, you know, top notch. There's no other Nerf gun that I've seen that can shoot this fast. I mean, obviously it's semi-automatic, you got to pull the trigger, but the trigger is just so smooth. I mean, it just goes so fast and so smooth. I mean, it's probably one of the top 3 Nerf guns I have easily. I mean, obviously it's not as easy to to carry around, but I mean, and it does come with, like I said, 4 6-round magazines. And it comes with 24 darts, so it's not too bad. I mean, the only thing I recommend is, obviously you could all load them when they're all together, but it kind of makes it lopsided, so when you rotate, you'll kind of have an issue where it won't go as smooth. I mean, you kind of want to, if you're going to have clips like this or magazines, you want to make sure you kind of spread them out the way I have it. But I mean, overall, I mean, what an amazing performing Nerf gun, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. And once again, this has been Jason with Fire Comments Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and we'll see you guys next time.